The National Council of Provinces, or the NCOP, has traditionally been known as the second or lower house of parliament. It was established through the constitution as a dual chamber with the National Assembly. It has a specific mandate to deal with matters that particularly affect the provinces in South Africa, while also considering and processing ordinary legislation after being passed by the National Assembly.
So I think in the past it has really been seen as, in many respects, a rubber stamp of what the NA does because of the political composition of the two houses. Similarly, when it came to the NCOP, you had 8 out of the 9 provinces being dominated by the ANC, and so it was easy to get the threshold of 5 provinces to agree to legislation there.
It was during the passage of the Electoral and Bella Act through the NCOP that the perception of it being a mere rubber stamp started changing.
It will never ever be a rubber stamp. As I said that there are distinct mandates for the NCOP. If there's something which is coming, let's say, I'll take an example of the Billa Bill. Now, the Billa Bill was also ventilated in the various provinces. So after the Basic Education Portfolio Committee of the NA had dealt with that bill, it had to come to the NCOP. The NCOP had to take it back to the provinces. And then in the provinces, there were public participation processes which unveiled. So that's why that when you look at that Billa Bill, the only province which dissented was only the Western Cape. The other provinces concurred because they agreed with that. And then I won't call that a rubber stamp. The issue is that they agreed that the principle and the purpose of the bill was there to transform education.
Naidoo says if the NCOP is going to play a meaningful and constructive role, it needs to clearly define what its areas of responsibility are and to assert better authority.
It took a long time for the NCOP to really realize what its role was. As I say, it's not a typical second chamber. It needed to find its niche on issues where it felt that it needed to make an input on legislation that emanated from and was passed by the National Assembly.
To enable MPs to be in a better position to play their roles effectively, the NCOP is currently busy with a members' capacity training session. Radebe says this training is aimed at capacitating NCOP MPs to understand their jobs and fulfill their constitutional obligations. The 2-day session also looks at how the NCOP can introduce advanced techniques for more public engagement with the institution. Abra Babia, SABC News, Parliament.